I wanted to remind you guys, where does the godfather of criminals stay? Okay, just comment in the comment section because Harare is trending. Who is actually the godfather of criminals? Okay, yeah, then you know what I'm talking about, right? All right, so Chiwenga reminds Emerson Mnangagwa who really does have the power. I know we can always cross the line, right? Cross the line. He's not acting as if he's the president of the country. Very interesting. Makandiwa, he's now talking in riddles, but we can all see who he's trying to confront. Because remember, Muzembe is in prison, and Makandiwa has been very clear on all his stands as far as his relationship with Kasukwire. And this is what we're going to be talking about this evening. Shout out everybody. It's a happy Friday. Yay! All right, so guys, before we get into the nitty-gritties, I'm going to ask you if it's your first time to subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you're ringing the bell because the bell helps me and you. Every time I drop a video, you will be robbed right here. And I say to my regulars, okay, I'm still got a number, 150 people just join us here. Guys, please don't forget to thumbs up the video and share with others in your groups. Because trust me, we are getting closer and closer to the day we have all been waiting for. That is the day of freedom. We are not joking here. We are not playing. We mean business, okay? The revolution, the Gaza revolution is here to fulfill its mandate to stay. You will see Emerson Mnangagwa out in. Oh, by the way, I need to remind you, SADC chairmanship is ending on the 17th of July. Someone posted on Twitter and say afterwards, then we know, can we keep Emerson Mnangagwa in the office where he has to go? Because what else? Okay, what else can he stay for? All right, we all know that the regime in Zimbabwe, every time you ask them for accountability, they're either going to accuse you of being unpatriotic or planning to overthrow the government. Why am I talking about that? Because as we speak, Trababla's numbers are incorrect. Right? The last time we checked, Trabablas was, built for almost 88 million, if I'm not mistaken, right? The money that they invested in that thing, that thing. Now, yesterday, Mutuli said, no, they invested almost 114 million, which means there's an extra of 26 million US dollars. Okay, I repeat, $26 million. Okay, guys, extra on top of the 88 million that they invested on that thing. I just want you guys to tell me, do you think they're telling the truth or it's all a game? These guys have already pocketed the money for their own personal benefit. It's actually very sad to watch. That's why they're saying Harare is trending for being the hub of criminals. I'm not surprised. I'm actually not even surprised at all. I'm not surprised. All right, guys. Extra 26 million splashed on Trabablas raises stink, 100%. That is Newsday. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Do you really think that that thing costed 114 million US dollars? Because those, we're talking about millions of rands. Okay, I can only imagine what that man could have done if it was in South Africa and the kind of flyover we could have seen. Guys, you have seen what's going on there on your eyes, right? It's quite very sad to watch. As we talk of accountability again, guys, our people are living like animals. Are you guys really privy to the videos that are circulating where South Africans are chasing our brothers and sisters out of hospitals to say you guys cannot get treatment? Okay, they are sending a strong message to say go back into your country because you are literally you are contaminating our area or you're frustrating our services. It's quite sad. So if you don't have the money to pay like private doctors, then you are stuck without medication or you are stuck without help. And I actually saw a message that Hope Washington sent out. And he said, how does the Zimbabwean government feel watching their people being treated like dogs? Does it make them feel small, ashamed, or embarrassed? Do they still have any part of moral compass left in them? This is not just about Zimbabweans being targeted and turned away from South Africa hospital. It is about a failed system in Zimbabwe that has stripped Zimbabweans of their dignity and forced them to beg for the most basic human right, health care. What kind of leadership watches its people get humiliated in foreign hospitals like this and still sleeps well at night? What is the point of being a leader in this, if this does not shame and humiliate your claim to leadership? I think he's sending the message to Emerson Mnangagwa. Are you genuinely serious watching your people being treated like animals. Are you serious? I also saw ZANU-PF patriots reporting that they've received a donation. Okay, let me read as it is noted. UAE, again, that is Dubai. You know, they don't just give you the stuff. They come after your minerals. Remember, don't forget the Dubai issue, the gold mafia. You must not forget the track record of Emerson Mnangagwa. So UAE donates medical supplies to Zimbabwe. The government of Zimbabwe has received a donation of medical supplies from the United Arab Emirates Embassy. The Deputy Minister of Health and Child Care, Dr. Sleman Kwidini, okay, presided over the ceremony that was held at the Nut Farm Warehouse in Harare earlier today. And we know that most of these donations, they're the one that they are selling again to the citizens. From receiving free stuff, they are selling. It's all about stealing from the citizens. It's quite a very sad situation. Like I mentioned earlier on, Makandiwa is angry. I'm not surprised. Last time he came out and he was, praising Muzembe and Kasukwire, that these guys actually donated TV to the church. And we all know what's going on with Muzembe right now. He's locked up in the remand prison. And I want you to listen to what Makandiwa say. He can't really confront Emerson Mnangagwa, but he had just said, what can I do? I have to speak in riddles. But listen to Makandiwa speaks to Emerson Mnangagwa. I don't blame him. I would have done exactly the same, but it's too late, Makandiwa. It's way too late. Where were you all along? Take a listen, please.
Strange beings, strange humanoids, don't think they're beyond the borders. No. I've told you over and over again, if we are 8 billion people, it's not 8 billion people. You see it in the behavior of some of the people. No normal human being can sit on top of another human being and use a knife, cutting another human being into pieces. And from there he goes home and he sleeps. You can't achieve that being a seed of man. You can't. You can't. You can't. I've seen people, pouring petrol on people, on children, and burning them. I've seen people in arms, in uniforms, killing children, opening fire into a classroom. And you want to tell me we are all humans? Think again. They are among us. What they're trying to do is to mingle. They walk like us, they talk like us. You cannot differentiate, you can't see the difference, to a point where Jesus said, these tares, don't try to separate them. It's not up to you. You don't have the capacity to identify which one is a tare, which one is wheat. They look alike. It's like it's all human population. Only angels can discern how many we are here as humans. Only. That is why there are people that are going to do you so much wrong. They will do you wrong and they won't even feel it. Such people, if they come here, if we are to pray for them, they will not manifest any demonic spirit because they are those spirits. Two different species. According to your Bible, you will divide the sheep from the goats. A goat is not a sheep is not a goat. Once you have become a product of that generation, Yet that generation, which is so heartless, some they specialize in just killings, rage, anger. They lead people into confusion, spreading lies. These are different departments. Some they occupy positions of authority so that they come up with laws against what you believe. Folly, foolishness gets promoted on television every single day. Right now, you're no longer comfortable seeing your child holding your phone because you know something dirty is there. You know. It's right on their face. Somebody, there is a son of Belial, a product of the devil, who is trying to what? To mingle with the seed of man.
I mean, I'm actually very excited to know and to hear Makandiwa speaks, okay? Considering that he has been watching Emmerson Mnangagwa doing the worst. Dining in the church, I guess that's what he's saying. Even if they come in the church, they can't even manifest because they are the real devils. People have been killed, abducted, tortured right under our eyes. And you think that is politics? We have always been saying this is wickedness from the pit of hell. Satanism, there is no way you can watch what's going on in Zimbabwe and you think it's being done by human beings. No. That's why spirituality is very important. I didn't say going to church. I said spirituality. There's a difference. You can go to church all you want. If you're not spiritual, the devil will slap you left, right, and center. You will live in fear. I can tell you. Because the enemy is the father of lies. He is the architecture of wickedness. So what you see in this country, in Zimbabwe right now, is the devil at work. But unfortunately, some of them have sold their souls to be used. They are now urging the real wicked. I always say to people, you want to see how the devil look like? Okay, visit Zimbabwe, you see him in person. Because how they act and how they behave don't make no sense at all. That's what happens. When we allow nonsense under the guise of, oh, it's not me. No, it's the opposition. And I've always been saying to people, do not talk about politics because the enemy is using politics as a weapon to hate the people. Look at the situation as it is. Right? We all know that Mozambique, again today, another bad news. I must just read what TechMark reported. They said Harare Regional Magistrate Minister Donald Ndirowe, okay, who was set to announce bail ruling on Mozambique, is not available in the courts today. For this reason, the court announced that bail ruling has been postponed to the 14th of July. The Zimbabwe courts have always played delay tactics in political connected cases, raising alarm on the independence of the judiciary. Again, I would say to Mr. Makandiwa, when those that were purported to be in the opposition were being jailed, you guys were saying, no, but that's just politics. Okay, now that your friends, okay, I'm referring to Dr. Ota Muzembe, are being jailed, what are you saying? When you allow the devil to play in the neighborhood, it means you are the next victim. I don't know those that are sitting and become, no, we are comfortable. We don't care what's going on the other end. No. Once the devil is in the neighborhood, you get your house. Trust me, you get your house. So be smart. When you see wrong, you must call it as it is. This is not okay. But again, in Zimbabwe, we've always been saying, no, it's not me. It's my neighbor. We've become a very selfish society. That's why evil increases daily. But Trevor Ngcume reminded Emmerson Mnangagwa, because you know that during the time, and that was in 2017, when he ran away from Mugabe, Trevor Ngcume stood by him. And today he wrote a very interesting and emotional letter to Mnangagwa. He said when President Emmerson Mnangagwa was running away from Robert Mugabe, the usual pliant state media refused to report on this predicament. But as the Newsday continued its coverage of the man who had refused to give them an interview only a few weeks earlier under the pretext that we don't talk to the opposition press. Hear me out, yeah? Mnangagwa's state from exile was prominently covered by the MH Stable, which is the Alpha Media holdings. The same media house now being hounded for allegedly undermining the authority of or insulting the president. When the Alpha Media management team paid a courtesy call on Mnangagwa at his Munumutapa offices, we reminded him of the risk the team took to report on his escape from Mugabe and impressed on him that this was only possible in an environment with media plurality. And independent media is the lifeblood of any democracy and is pivotal to guiding a prosperous economy and society. I've always been saying Mnangagwa is selfish. He does not care what you guys think, no matter how much you invest in him. I find it funny when I see young people surrounding him, even the kids that can be used. You actually don't know what you're dealing with. Do you think they love you? They do not. They don't love you. They are users of men. That's how the enemy works, is a user of man. You may think everything is working like what's going down right now. Wait until the day of reckoning arrives. For those that have been thinking they have control over what's going on in Zimbabwe, pray that you don't have to face firing squad. Pray that you don't, okay? Because I guarantee you, the pain you have caused the people of Zimbabwe, it has consequences. Whether you like it or not, it really has consequences. Now, I'm surprised by the so-called opposition. And bear in mind, if you're in the opposition like I am, we're all in the opposition. Anyone who is against Emmerson Mnangagwa's rule is in the opposition, which include I sitting here. But I'm very disappointed, though, with the way Wente, you know Charlton Wente? Yes, the one that we used to support, hoping that he was serious about change. He is writing a message that Mugabe never attended parliament outside the official opening ceremonies. This is the third time that President ED, referring to Mnangagwa, has come to parliament outside the official opening ceremonies. Next time, we must have the president during questioning time responding to our questions. So he is thinking that by Mnangagwa attending the meeting in parliament, then we all need to shake and say, oh, Mnangagwa is doing something. When the country is being looted daily under his watch, right, by his boys. Okay, you hear me out? By his boys, by his people. Someone wants me to thank him for sitting in parliament, be sleeping and doing nothing. That will show you the caliber of people we have in so-called leaders, notwithstanding the opposition or the ruling party. You know what? I understand that the opposition may not have these arms to abduct, to torture, and to kill. But at the end of the day, those that are working with Emmerson Mnangagwa today, they contributed towards people's torture. You do remember Bishop I forgot his name, but the one that was killed in Mavuku. So that some of these people were playing or pretending to be opposition could get positions in the parliament. I'm simply telling you that you can't trust anyone in Zimbabwe anymore. People are just so wicked that they don't even see anything wrong. They praise garbage. But talking of Mnangagwa and gaslighting all the time, he has never taken accountability of anything, Mnangagwa. Never, none whatsoever. Right now, there's an issue of Gukurahundi. There are fights going on in the country with the people of Mateveleland who do not want him to take care of these talks. They wanted to do it their own way. But, the costs being the costs that are captured, I have to save this current regime. Now, I wanted to listen to what Mnangagwa said in 1982. To show you why I keep on saying Emmerson Mnangagwa need to be held accountable as far as Gukurahundi is concerned. I wanted to listen to what he said in 1982. Take a listen, please.
Now South was recruiting the Bele-speaking people from Zimbabwe, in South Africa or from this country, or those who are deserted from the army that are being taken across South Africa and are being trained to be sent back here. They've attempted to do that once they've sent in a group from South Africa to come in and destabilize this country, committing acts of robbery and so on, carrying the badge of Joshua Nkomo on their laps. But after contact with our forces, we captured some, only to discover that despite the fact that they were carrying Joshua Nkomo's laps, they were not internally trained dissidents. They had come from South Africa.
Wow. Can you hear him? Honestly, Mugabe was right that you should never trust this man to be the leader of Zimbabwe. Don't allow him. He was right. But first and foremost, why did you keep on promoting him to even become the vice president, considering his track record? The guy is a gaslighter. He deceived people. He lies a lot. Did you hear him what he said? He's addressing our brothers from Mateveleland and sisters that they are the Ndebele people. But I'm waiting for someone to address the people in Mutare and say they are the Manyeka people. Or in Mashingwe and say these are the Karanga people. We don't do that. But for some reason, we feel like we have the right to call our brothers and sisters in Mateveleland the Ndebele people. Can you hear me? Trying to send a message that is not correct, that they're being trained in South Africa so they can come and fight against the Shona people. And here we are today trying to play his games with the Gukrahunti. And I know that at the right time, he will pay for his sins. I know that. You know, you can do all that you do, but in life, there's always going the day that you pay for your sins. You're not going to escape. If you don't, but your children who pay for your sins. Now, Zenzele wrote a message and said, as the Gukrahunti hearings begin, the government promises a compensation, but villagers ask, where is the apology? Who decides the price of pain? I agree. All they're asking is for you to say sorry. Can I say this? Even if you did not commit the crime directly, but you were part of the leadership during the Gukrahunti time, isn't it not fair for you to go in then say, we are very sorry? Because listen here, guys, the Gukrahunti happened before I was born. Okay, here I am today. People are failing to say, I am very sorry for the wrongs that I've done. It's a simple thing. I'm very sorry. Guys, I may not have done it directly, but I know you guys are bleeding. Please forgive us. No, you will never do it. In fact, you gaslight. Send some people to go in then be playing games and be lying, playing with the destiny. It's quite very sad. Anyway, let's move on. To Auxilia Mnangagwa and the husband are furious. Okay, yo, did you watch what was going on at the Heroes Acre? They are very angry because Chiwenga did not tolerate the nonsense of Wikino Chivayo at the Heroes Acre. You know, Wikino Chivayo came in there with Mnangagwa because these days he moves with the entourage of Emerson, like he's part of the delegation. Okay, this is just a mere boy or a runner who runs and do all the crimes on behalf of the state. Okay, we all can see it. We can't even be lied to. 1.1 billion transferred to South Africa to pay for a 300,000 work. Okay, and then 800 million. Okay, my bad. 1.1 billion rand. Okay, billion of rand. I'm correct, right? 1.1 billion rand. Yes, I'm correct. Billion rand. Okay, paid to South Africa. Then 300 million covered that fraudulent election. 800 million was transferred into Wikino Chivayo's accounts. And then what did he do? He began to share with those that are doing crime on behalf of the state. A mafia from the pit of hell that has caused the country into anarchy. They destroy destinies with impunity. Today they were actually pretending as if they really care about drug addiction, and they're the ones who are behind bringing drugs in the country. Tell me, you know Zimbabwe's got very smart intelligence. Forget about all these shenanigans of ZANU-PF. Zimbabwe has always been known of having very good policing, top of the range, including the intelligence. But they are failing to crack down drug dealers. And one day my friend was like, Rumbi, one day I will take you to Newtown and you see how many Bronco is going to Zimbabwe, drugs are going to Zim. That is actually, some of these politicians are behind it. And they pretend like they actually don't know who's bringing drugs in there. While they're drugging other people's kids. They are not their kids, other people's kids. Okay, hear me out. Not their own children. No, but other people's children. And then they expect people to smile and say, this is all right. And someone wants me to sit in and say, oh, Mnangagwa is the right leader. Oh, no, yes, sir. No, forget it. Forget it. So I respect Chiwenga for refusing to greet Wikino Chivayo. People are tired of being abused. To believe in a lie when you know the truth. A vice president have to honor a small boy from the street, a criminal. That should be behind bars. So, but wait, it's coming. It's coming. I said they praise they won't be firing squad. Okay, they must pray. So he did not. He did not greet Wikino Chivayo. And Mnangagwa and Auxilia were mad. Because remember, he's on record saying, that's my parents. I'm the loved son, so-called son. So he was angry, Emerson Mnangagwa, because they know. And besides, they know. I said the 17th, please mark the dates. SADC chairmanship is expiring on the 17th of July. Put that on record, okay? Just make sure you keep it on record. So we are counting days. Okay, all right. So, so Mnangagwa was mad. But I respect Chiwenga for standing his ground. Reminding Emerson Mnangagwa who really had the power. Because don't forget that Mnangagwa anointed, Chiwenga anointed Mnangagwa to be the president of Zimbabwe. And also, he was part of the military. He's still a military general. Don't forget that. Okay, he's still a military general. We have always had to guess, I call him General Chiwenga. He's a general. He's a military guy. Okay. Yes, he is. And don't forget that most of the military people are not even having food there right now. They're being given rotten meat and bones. Okay, don't forget that. You mustn't forget. Okay. And Kudata as well. Both in Wikinoshiwa, but they've got some of these guys. You remember, there are people that are being sent to protect them. Some of them from the army as well, protecting criminals. Now, that's why I respect South Africa. You can never compare with Zimbabwe, never compare the two. Because South Africa's got Class C, right? With all the shenanigans that happened, the commissioner stood against the minister. But in Zimbabwe, the minister does this, Mutaba can just watch. Okay? The Minister of Defense is Opam Chinguri. She just to look and watch. In fact, I heard that she's receiving money from the same rogue regime to do the dirty work. I don't know how true that is, but Geza said it. He said it. Don't forget that SADC chairmanship is ending very soon. I just wanted to make sure you have that on record. You have that on record. So Chiwenga is fed up of nonsense. But I must tell you, Emerson was mad. Emerson Mnangagwa and Auxilia were mad. Yeah. And sometimes it makes me wonder, like when they're sitting in their house, who do they think they are? Okay, I was almost say something, but God help me. Who do they think they are? That the entire Zimbabwe should do. You come on in 2017, want a job, people employ you, they actually anointed you to be the president, and all of a sudden, you want them not to worship you. Make it make sense. Is it the constitution of Zimbabwe? If it is, it has to be changed. Something's not right here. Guys, a president is an employee of the state. He's employed by the people. He is not a god. He doesn't own the country. He can't do whatever he wants, and his children does as they please. Because everything is so wrong in our country. Everything is wrong. Everything is very wrong. Anyway, what Ali Naka said, ZANU-PF is creating a society of non-thinkers. A victim of rape is being conditioned to thank the rapist for buying them clothes they tore during the ordeal. You won't need new leaders. You need to change the politics. I agree. I think I've been having conversation with some people who are in the opposition and say, listen, I know very well that you guys saying you've been cheated, okay, for the past, I don't know, since the 2000. You've been winning elections but never get an opportunity to lead because of the chaos that has been going on in the deception in our country. But the truth is that the politics in our country need to change. It has to change. What do I mean by politics of our country? Is how can people steal money from the state? Billions of money. Buy stupid cars, scrapers. Come back and give you those cars. You don't have medication in hospitals. The man that they've stolen, is that man belongs to the state. He was supposed to be capacitating our hospitals, fixing the roads. There are potholes all over the place. Okay. Children are dragged on the streets. There's no capacity to contain that pandemic. Yesterday we spoke about HIV. That now is a problem. The reason why HIV is becoming a pandemic is because people are suffering. Young girls are giving themselves for free to men. And all these challenges we are facing, these guys stole the money that should be fixing the problems. And then they come back with some stupid things and they be giving you, driving their fancy cars and want you to worship them. That's what he's trying to explain. It means there's something not right with our mindset. The country has to change. We have to see the things as they are, not what they want us to see. Let us see things as they are. Because something's not right in our country. I do not know why some people see what I don't see. I don't know. I'm sitting and I'm like, the military, the police. Why is it you don't see what we see? Guys, honestly, like, you don't love yourself enough to understand what you're doing is stupid. To actually go in there and beat someone who's standing for what's right to protect the state, the country that you stay, for your children and children's children. So you might as well protect one man who can die anytime, any day. Right? Protect one family. People that goes to the bathroom like you do. Yeah, like they eat the food the way that you do, breathe the same air. Just because someone has got a title, right? It's just being called a president. Now everyone should suffer because someone has got a title of a president. I don't get it. But then, just around the corner, that's why this book is important. This book here. Why Nations Fail. It's an important book for everybody. Every Zimbabwean should be reading this book, honestly. Because around the corner in South Africa, a police guy will stand against the state and say, this is not good. I will die for the badge. But in Zimbabwe, a police minister is protecting a criminal. Like, make it make sense, guys. Like, who does that? Like, literally, who does that? Like, we are not poor, but it's the way that we think. And when I said we, it's because I know that the police are for us. Are us. We are together. Even the way that Mnangagwa and the criminals that he works with think. Being so stupid to a point where you take what belongs to your nation and keep it in Dubai, in Mauritius, and then you are driving on potholes. Are you okay, Abscess? Are you okay? It's both ways. Stupidity is everywhere. I don't understand the part. Like, honestly, you take all the money, you dump it here in South Africa here. Most of our minerals are being refined in South Africa here. Where is your brain? Than to say, you know what? We need to have our refinery in this country. Make sure we sell our minerals at the highest price so it benefits our country. No, you want to let it go on the other side. It's the thinking. Emerson Mnangagwa himself is the president, allowing people to destroy. Young people are being sent to burn people's houses. Right? To abduct and torture. And you call yourself a president. Then you expect me as Rumbi to call you a president. I'm not going to do that. I don't buy into that nonsense. You can kill me if you want to. Who's not going to die? We're all going to die at some point. All right? We're all going to go to heaven. This place is not our home. I don't care. But I must tell you the truth. There's no leadership in a man who takes what belongs to the country and stashes it in Dubai and in Mauritius, in Europe. There's no leadership in him. Whether you like it or not, it is a fact. It's a waste of time of everybody. You can't expect me to say yes. If I were to sit in the same room, I dare you not. If I mustn't get in a room, I'm going to leave. I will leave. If Kulata Guren all this weekend gets into a room, I will leave. I don't see nothing in these guys. I see stupidity all over the place. Guys, look at China. Look at China. Chinese are taking minerals and not sending them to America. They are sending them to China because they are patriotic to their nation. Make it make sense. But as Zimbabwean would rather take it and give it someone else. As we speak, our police and some of our military guys protect the Chinese people to destroy the nation and leave Makomba for them to cover. Surely it cannot be. And you want me to tell you that you're smart. You are dumb. You are dumb. You are stupid. That's why I'm saying, honestly, some of these guys don't deserve to live. They're a waste of time and a waste of breath. Literally, like, who does it? Anyway, I actually saw one of the guy used to be a runner, Elliot Mujaji, right? He used to be a runner. He's begging for money in Zimbabwe. Guys, check other countries. When a person has been a runner, build a track record. Check other countries. I mean, I always said musicians even in South Africa, they have private jets. But in Zimbabwe, they are begging for a car. That if the economy was functioning, they would buy their own car. Surely we can't keep on entertaining nonsense. Brothers and sisters, and I'm talking to the military guys and the police. Hear me out. Guys, cut this piece, let them hear me and hear me well. You are watching why people destroy your country because you think by eating and everyone else does not have. Guys, smart people know. Because even if you can buy an expensive car in a low valued area, expensive house, the value will always be low. If no matter how much you say, I've built a nice house in Chishawasha, with that country, before you know it, there's nothing. Your house will mean nothing when the country is deteriorating daily. Guys, where are your brains? Where are your brains? How do you, what's going on with your mind? I don't get. Like, it's stupid. Because these runners can't even have anything. They're dying begging. My soccer players, they are begging. Makatopa even motor to, Peter Ndlovu was given a car by this same regime because he could not afford to buy his own car. Expensive car. No, guys, no. It can't be it. It cannot be. But with Peter, we all know, okay, we know what, like, honestly, with the girls, the women, okay, bless Peter, bless him. Peter says not far from, okay, place around. Let me just, shh. Anyway, I'm just going to close right here. Fadzai Mayer has been trending for the past few days. He has been trending, I think, with the issue of him confronting ministers and great. Okay, Fadzai is an advocate, of course, so she's good at debating. I respect her for the work that she does. But there's something that concerns me. Okay, I'm very much worried about this. I know some people think it's funny. Okay, tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Fadzai wants to sue a woman called Petina. Petina, she's a writer, okay? And then she won the case for defamation of character. I think Petina had said things that she's sleeping with married men. Okay, that's what Petina said. Right, and this issue of her being accused of sleeping with married men is not the first time. This was another guy called Edmund Kudzai. Okay, he accused her again. So Edmund now got a judgment against Kudzai of $100,000. Okay, that's almost millions of rands. On the other side, no, it's a million of rand or maybe I don't know. It's about less than 900. Okay, I'm gonna calculate. But anyway. And then with Petina, she got a judgment of $18,000, which means she's just receiving money for nothing. For people accusing her, could you are sleeping with a married man? Okay, I know that people on Twitter are very good at hyping Fadzai. Okay, and respectively so, I'm going to tell you what I think. Okay, these are my own personal opinions. I know you guys may have your own. You're more than welcome to comment in the comment section to say, is it right what Fadzai is doing? Right or it's not right? Why? I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this. Okay, if you heard people say that, oh, I'm in bed with Kasukura or something. Kasukura, right? Yes, you saw it on social media. I never responded because it's stupid for me. I've got better things to worry about. Okay, and I know it's not true. So why do I bother? I don't care. But I'm not saying that. Like she is a lawyer. Maybe she acts from a point of being an attorney. She understands the law very well. But because Fadzai Mayer is a politician. She's in politics. When you're in politics, you're a leader. Hear me out, guys. You're a leader. I can only imagine if she has to, let's say, wake up maybe one day she's a president of a country. How is she going to be dealing with issues? And somebody said Fadzai is 100% correct. That is pride. I respect you for your own opinion. And for me as Rumbi, okay, I'm not going to arrest you at all. I'm not going to sue you at all. Never. I'm not going to waste my time. You're wasting of time. You know why? Because I've got purpose. But I said because Fadzai is an advocate. So the way she reacts to things is from a point of being an attorney. And because she dines with the law every day. She dines with the law. But I'm not. I actually don't even care at all because I know who I am. But the reason why I'm saying this is because I understand life. Guys, life change. Things happen. Sometimes when you react a certain way to things, you'll be surprised one day there's some people when you need them. Guys, listen to me. You don't know. You don't know what happens in life. You don't know. Guys, life is interesting. It's not always about money. Okay, money comes and money goes. Okay, but relationships stick. I'm saying this so that you guys know it's not everything that you run with to the courts. I know sometimes she said, okay, guys, apologize. She apologized, but that was not what she was expecting. Okay, and then she took it on to a point where Petina could not pay the $18,000. And then the court went to Petina's house and took Petina's property. Okay, hear me out. The court went to Petina's house and took her property. I know some people think this is a joke, but I can only imagine. I don't think I'll ever do that in my lifetime. No, I'm better than that. And like I said, it's her opinions, but I think we need to look into it very well and be smart because Fadzai is a politician and she wants to be a leader in society. Okay. I do remember last time when Obama's wife was being accused of being a man. Did you see Obama react? No. Because he's a leader. Okay, leadership. Hear me out. Because my Zimbabweans, you get so excited about things. You get excited about stuff. Okay, leadership. He has nothing to do with your education. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. There are families where parents did not even go to school that have raised incredible and great children. And there are families today, the fathers got degrees, all you name it, on the wall. And the children are drug addicts. It means leadership has nothing to do with your education. It has everything to do with understanding. It's just that I'm not close to Fadzai, but at some point I will speak to her to say, stop it, just stop. Because honestly, some of these money are cursed. It's exciting people outside when you're taking the money, but the money is cursed. Because I can only imagine somebody's losing their property here. Okay? Because she just said to you, you are dating someone's husband. Yeah, and you know you don't. Who cares? Like, honestly, you have nothing to lose here. Let it go. They've said it anyway, and it will never change. You know, I can see people hyping here on social media, but I'm very much against it. And for me, as a leader, I'm very much against it. Some of the things, just let it pass. Life goes on. Because you don't want to wake up tomorrow, people think that you get to where you are because of people's monies. And as a leader, as a person who wants to be a leader in society, you're going to meet different types of people who act different types of. It's one thing to say someone have leaked your nudes. That I would say go after them big time, because they disrespected you to the highest order. But talking, gossiping, be writing nonsense, I wouldn't care. I would not care. It's my take. I said these are my opinions. I know some people think, no, but I from a leadership point of view, it's just wrong at all levels. Like to a point where someone gets a fine of 100,000 US dollars. That's $1 million in runs. Guys, yes, it's exciting. You can get the money, but the money is cast. What are you going to do with it? Unless if you take it back to charity. It's from a relationship point of view. I would rather phone the person, drive the car, and say, sit down here. Did you see me? Please leave me alone. Stop it right now. But I'm not going to take you to court and take your money. That won't be in my lifetime. I'm too blessed to do that. And that's just what I'm going to say. I know some people think I'm crazy. I've got Fazema's number in my phone, but eventually I'm going to call her and I'll tell her, stop. Let it go. Let it pass. Listen, you are bigger than this. You want to be the president of Zimbabwe one day. It takes a lot. People call you names. And what do? You just let it pass. In Zimbabwe, we have got a problem of not being relational. And I mean it. We are not good at building relationships. That's why our society is toxic. We react to stupid things. Many times we do. You know, a president is being told, Gucci, you are not leading the people properly. He says, let me sue you. Because you've been told you're not leading properly. No, go and abduct the person. No, kill them. A president of a country. Murawe, Musunge. I mean, what is that? But you are not doing the right thing. I'm simply saying we keep on creating a monster society, but we are saying we are fighting it. I don't know if I'm making sense. Let us learn to be people who understand what there are things that will take people to court, and there are things that you just need to let pass. Let it go. Panaman or took a big time, okay, and they'll just let it pass. But if they can leak your personal life out there, I would tell you to take them down big time, because they've disrespected you the highest order. In fact, I've been telling people to say, in the new Zimbabwe, anyone who happened to leak someone's nudes, for example, anything that is to do with nakedness, should go to prison, locked up, until you are okay mentally. I'll tell you why, because that is the highest form of disrespect. Because each and every one of us, we do have our own intimate moments. In life, one way or the other, I don't care who you are. And the people respect you. But then you have the nerve to disrespect someone and to embarrass someone. It is wrong. It is wrong. But that one, yes. But honestly, this one, a deformation of character. It's nonsense, because people are going to speak, especially when you're single. And you are in the space, like a political space, they're always going to say things. Like, that's why they created the stuff, because they know that I'm just saying, people are going to always say things because they know that you're not married. Once you get married, there's a way that people treat you. And when you're single, there's a way that they treat you. It is what it is. It's just how our society is built. But it's suing people over and over again, hype it on social media, to me, I find it a bit off. Honestly, to a point where the court takes someone's property. No, brothers and sisters, that cannot be. If we are genuinely say we want to change the society, then let us start by leading by example. Okay, no. Some people keep on saying she's correct. I disagree on that. I completely disagree, especially when you're fighting to be a leader in society. Okay, when you have, I know some people can say, no, but you're teaching people a lesson. No, when you're a leader, you don't teach people a lesson. Okay, you correct people by the way you act. Okay, I'm gonna repeat. When you're a leader, you lead by example. You don't fix people. When you're a leader, you lead by example. By example meaning, you treated me badly, I don't respond. But in the process, you learn. Next time, you want, guys, listen. And in Dakatuka, you guys listen. I didn't even listen to that video. Pagatar was so many things that way, like below the bar, okay? I didn't respond, but I'm still here. I'm still here. In fact, I'm even moving forward worse than, and I'm going to be more greater, and they will see me. In the process, they're going to learn what leadership looks like. But imagine me dragging people to court, and it's nonsense. I don't have time for that because time for me is money and time is purpose. I'm trying to say as a leader in society, it's not good. That's why in families, you guys can't live together with others because you always want to drag. No, there are things that you just don't care. What's important is love. The Bible says, oh, no man, except to love them. That's it. Just love them. God will take care of the rest. Someone disrespect you, they've got their day. God is the judge. Okay, they even get to a point where they take each other to church. Especially Christians, you don't just take people to court, you go to church first. Let the leaders try to bring peace. Okay, the love, okay, it's just my opinion. Okay, I do, like, as a she's a politician, she's going to be a leader. People are going to speak so many things. So many. So are you going to leave your office and going to fight everybody in court? Absolutely not. I'm simply saying, as a leader, some of the things, let it pass. I will eventually going to talk to her. One day, I will talk to her. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Let it pass. You don't want to build your life on, like you're building your life on people's monies. No, guys. No, you're blessed. You're too blessed to do this. Let it go. That's my take. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Until next time, I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Happy weekend, everybody. I love you. God bless you, and God bless Zimbabwe. Don't forget, the SADC chairmanship is ending on the 17th of July. Bless you, and bye for now.